Ready now?
Yes.
And sorry for the noises, okay? Actually, I'm at home today, okay? And
It's okay.
you know, kids are making the noises, okay?
It's okay.
Jazakallah. Okay, can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, in last class I told you about Hamzatul Wasl, right?
Yes.
And Lam Tarif. So can you tell me what is Hamzatul Wasl?
Hamza to Wasl is um the, the small side.
Hmm. An alif with the small sod. What is Hamzatul Wasl? An alif. An alif with the small sod sign is called Hamzatul Wasl. Okay.
Okay.
Did you note the rule?
I think so.
You didn't you didn't write the rule for Hamzatul Wasl, right?
Um. Let me check.
Hmm. Did you write it or not?
I don't think so.
You don't think so. Okay. Let me tell you. Again, then we start the new lesson. Okay. And we also have to start the new, you know, the new thing today. Okay. About 1 second is coming.
Okay.
Can you see this?
Yes.
Hmm. About Hamzatul Wasl. So this is the section when you will come in the fourth section. Okay. You
Okay.
have to come on the fourth section. I will send that link to you. You have to note these two rules down, okay? One is this about Hamzatul Wasl. You have to come in the fourth section. In fourth section, you are going to see that class number 20, okay? What is this saying? An empty alif in the beginning of a word or alif with a small sod symbol on it is called Hamzatul Wasl, okay? So when they are asking you what is Hamzatul Wasl, you will say an empty alif in the beginning of a word or alif with the small sod sign is called Hamzatul Wasl. Okay. And what is Lam Tarif? Lam Tarif is the Lam after Hamzatul Wasl. What is Lam Tarif? The Lam after Hamzatul Wasl is called Lam Tarif. Okay. So Lam Tarif is basically Lam. Whatever Lam comes after Hamzatul Wasl. Do you get it?
Yes.
Okay, next thing that you have to know is what is Hamzatul Wasl? This is the question that I will ask you tomorrow. An empty alif in the beginning of a word or with a small alif, I mean an alif with the small sod, it's called Hamzatul Wasl. Do you get it?
Yes.
Okay, now the thing is that we have to understand, yesterday I told you, sometimes we read Hamzatul Wasl and sometimes we don't read it. Sometimes we read Hamzatul Wasl and sometimes we don't read it, okay? So see, sometimes we read them and sometimes we skip them. What they are talking about? They are talking about Hamzatul Wasl and Lam Ta'if. Okay,
Okay.
Hamzatul Wasl. When do we read Hamzatul Wasl in the Quran? We read Hamzatul Wasl in the Quran when it comes in the beginning of a word. Like if I'm going to show you here in the example, hmm, When you see Hamzatul Wasl in the beginning of the word, we read it. When we see it in the middle of the word, then we don't read it. Right? If
Yes.
you're going to notice it here, this is Hamzatul Wasl. Do we read it? Do we read this Hamzatul Wasl? Check it. Is it coming in the beginning of a word or in the middle of the words?
The the beginning.
No, that's in the middle of the words. No? You know, it's not in the beginning. Beginning is this. This is the beginning. Do you get it?
Yes.
Do you read this Hamzatul Wasl?
No.
Why?
Because it's in the middle.
But that's not in the middle. That's in the starting of the word. No? It's not middle. Do you see that sign?
Yes.
It's a stop sign, okay? When we stop at that, the next word is starting after this from it, okay? So basically what I'm telling you that we read Hamzatul Wasal in the beginning of the word, like this one, we read it. Do we read this one?
Um. No.
Yes, we don't read it because it's in the middle of the words, okay? We read this one because it's in the beginning of the word. Do we read this one?
Uh. It, no.
No, because it's connecting with the raw, okay? When we are looking the Hamzatul Wasal in the middle, we don't read it, okay? Do we read it? This one?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's in the beginning.
No, it's not in the beginning, kiddo. It's in the middle. You should understand that concept. Then we are going to start the new rule. If you're getting confused in practical, then we cannot start the new rule. So keep in mind that's not the beginning. That is middle. This is in the middle, okay? Beginning is this. If the alif is there, then it's the beginning. Okay? Do you read this Hamzatul Wasal?
Um.
Hmm. Do you read this Hamzatul Wasal?
No.
Is it in the middle?
No.
Is it in the starting?
Yes.
So we read Hamzatul Wasal in the beginning. Now, this is the rule we learned. We read Hamzatul Wasal in the beginning, and we do not read Hamzatul Wasal in the middle. Do you get it?
Yes.
So do we read this? You are saying it's in the beginning. Do we read this Hamzatul Wasal?
Yes.
So we read
Yes.
Hamzatul Wasal here because it's in the middle, right? I mean, it's in the starting. My bad. Can you see this one?
Yes.
Okay, do we read this Hamzatul Wasal?
Um. No.
Because it's in the middle, right? Do we read this Hamzatul Wasal?
No.
Why?
Because it's in the middle.
Yes. Do we read this Hamzatul Wasal?
Yes.
No, we don't because it's in the middle. Okay, why I'm saying it's in the middle, you will understand on the next rule. Okay. Do we read
Um,
this Hamzatul Wasal?
no.
Why? Because it's in the middle. Do we read this one?
Mm, no.
Okay, so the first thing that you have to check the Hamzatul Wasal. Is this Hamzatul Wasal or not? Okay. How do I know is it Hamzatul Wasal or not? Alif with the small short sign on it is called Hamzatul Wasal, right? So I can see Alif here with the small short symbol. It's called Hamzatul Wasal. So first thing that you have to check the Hamzatul Wasal. Okay. If it's Hamzatul Wasal, then you have to check that is it in the is starting of the word, in the beginning of the word, or in the middle of the word. If you see in the beginning of the word, then you read Hamzatul Wasal with the Fatha sign, on it. Okay. Sometimes we read with other signs. Okay. This is we are going to learn in future. But for now, the common thing is that we are reading the Hamzatul Wasal with the Fatha sign when it comes with Lam at Tarif. Okay.
Okay.
I'm really sorry about this noises, kiddo. I cannot do anything because I told you that I'm not in the academy today. Okay. So sorry about that noises.
It's okay.
Okay, so this is Hamzatul Wasal, right?
Yes.
What I was telling you, that first you have to check is it Hamzatul Wasal or not. If it's Hamzatul Wasal, then you have to check the rule that do we read it or we don't read it. How do we know that we read it or we don't? We see if Hamzatul Wasal in the beginning, we read it with the Fatha sign, okay? And if it's in the middle, then we don't need to do worry about it. We skip it, right? Do you understand about Hamzatul Wasal?
Yes.
Okay, next thing. I already told you about Hamzatul Wasal and everything. Okay, the next thing is Lamat Tarif. Okay, what is Lamat Tarif? Hmm. What is Lamat Tarif?
A tariff is um,
Hmm. The Lam. Can you see the screen?
yes.
So it's saying there, beta. Answer me. What is Lamat Tarif?
The lamb the lamb after hum Hamza Tuwassal is called lam atarif.
The Lam after Hamzatul Wasal is called Lamat Tarif. I can write on the white paper, but I'm not writing on the white paper because I'm giving you live example in the Quran. Okay, do you see this?
Yes.
Check this. This is Hamzatul Wasal. How do I know it's Hamzatul Wasal? Because this is small sod on it, right?
Yes.
The Lam after Hamzatul Wasal is called Lam at-Tarif, right? So this one is called Lam at-Tarif. The Lam after Hamzatul Wasal is known as Lam at-Tarif. Do you get it?
Yes.
How do we know about Hamzatul Wasal? With the small sod. And how do we know about Lam at-Tarif? We have to check the previous thing. If it's Hamzatul Wasal before that, then this Lam is called Lam at-Tarif. Okay? Tell me,
Okay.
is this Hamzatul Wasal here?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because there's the small sod.
Small sod on it, right? And
Yes.
what is Islam called after that?
Lam atarif.
Is this Hamzatul Wasal?
Yes.
What is Islam called after it?
Lam atarif.
Is this Lam Tarif?
No.
Why? Because there is no Hamzatul Wasal before that, right? For the Lam Tarif, there must be Hamzatul Wasal before it, okay? Is this Lam Tarif?
Yes.
Is this Lam Tarif?
Yes.
Do you
Oh,
understood? You understood it, right?
yes.
The lam after Hamzatul Wasal is called Lam Tarif. So doesn't matter, it's getting the shadda. Don't get confused on it. when you see lam after hamzatul wasl, it's called lam at-tarif. Okay.
Okay.
Well, now the next thing you should know is the when do we read lam at-tarif? I told you about hamzatul wasl. We read hamzatul wasl when we start the words with that, right? In the beginning, we read hamzatul wasl, and in the middle, we don't read hamzatul wasl, right? But for lam at-tarif, it's little different. For lam at-tarif, you have to check the letter after lam at-tarif. But you have to check the letter after lam at-tarif does not have shadda sign on it. We read the lam at-tarif if the letter after lam at-tarif does not have the shadda sign on it. If it's getting the shadda, then we don't read the lam at-tarif. Do you get it?
Yes.
I'm telling you, we read lam at-tarif if the letter after lam at-tarif does not have the shadda on it. Like for example, this is lam at-tarif, right?
Yes.
You have to check the letter after lam at-tarif. This is lam at-tarif. Check the ha. Do you see the shadda at this ha?
No.
So do I read this lam at-tarif? If the letter after that does not have shadda, then we read lam at-tarif. Okay. So answer is yes. We read this lam at-tarif with the sukoon sign on it. Okay. Remember that lam at-tarif is always pronounced with the sukoon sign. Okay. Lam at-tarif. Okay. Hamzatul
Okay.
wasal is pronounced with the fatah sign, but sometimes with kasra and with dhamma as well. Okay, sometimes when we read with kasra and dhamma, this is we are going to learn in advanced level, not now. Right now, remember we read hamzatul wasal with the fatah sign. But for lam at-tarif, you don't get confused. Lam at-tarif is always getting the sukoon on it. Okay, so this is lam at-tarif. Okay, do we read it? We don't. I mean, yes, we read it. Why? Because the letter after that does not have the shadda, right? Tell me about that. Is this lam at-tarif?
Yes.
Do you read it?
Yes.
Why? Because I see the letter after lam at-tarif, ain, and ain does not have the shadda on it. Okay. Do we read this lam at-tarif? First check. Is this lam at-tarif? First check it. Is it lam at-tarif?
Yes.
Now check that. Do we read this lam at-tarif?
No.
Why? Because I see the letter after that and there is shadda after that, right? So if the letter after lamat tarif has the shadda on it, then we do not read the lamat tarif. Do you understand the rule?
Yes.
That's it for now. Okay. So make the points. The number one, count on your finger. Number one, you have to know what is Hamzatul Wasl. An alif with the small sword is called Hamzatul Wasl, like that. This is alif with the small sword. It's called Hamzatul Wasl. So first thing that you have to check Hamzatul Wasl. Okay. If it's
Okay.
Hamzatul Wasl, then you have to check that do you read it or you don't. So how do I know that do I read it or not? I have to check it the position of that. Okay. If it's in the beginning, then I read it. If it's in the middle, then I don't read it. Okay. You can say that Hamzatul Wasl always drives the things. Okay. Hamzatul Wasl cannot come in the middle. Okay. Hamzatul Wasl is not going to be followed by anything. Okay. Hamzatul Wasl always lead the words. Okay. So it always come in the beginning. Okay. If it's in the middle, then leave it. Don't read that. Okay. This is for Hamzatul Wasl. For Lamat Tarif, the same. You have to check the Lamat Tarif first. What is Lamat Tarif? Lam at-tarif is the lam which is coming after Hamzatul Wasl. So this is lam coming after Hamzatul Wasl. This is lam at-tarif. Once you know it's lam at-tarif, then you have to check the rule that do you read it or you don't read it. So how do I know that I read it or not? I check the letter after lam at-tarif. If the letter after lam at-tarif has shadda on it, then we skip it. Okay. Right now this rule is very confusing. Okay. I know. Okay. But why it's confusing? Because we are out of exercise. We didn't exercise yet, right? But when it's coming in the Quran, when you read the Quran, inshallah, when it will come again and again, this rule is going to be super easy, okay? Because it's coming a lot in the Quran, right? You learn the rule today. When we are going to do this exercise, it will come to us perfectly because it's coming a lot. Okay, when things are a lot, maybe one time or two times you will make the mistake, then third time you will know. Okay, but I'm sure that you will not make the mistake now. You know already, right?
Yes, but I have a question.
Go for it.
When are we gonna learn how to pronounce Hamza to Wasl? Like,
I,
say it.
I, I already told you the Hamzatul Wasl is pronounced with the Fatha sign, like Hamza Fatha A, Lam Sukun, Al. Okay, we pronounce Hamza Fatha A. Hamzatul Wasl is pronounced with the Fatha sign, and Lam at Tarif is pronounced with the Sukun sign. Okay,
Okay.
this is I have mentioned in the rules as well. Okay, Lam at Tarif like Hamzatul Wasl, Lam at Tarif. See, this is mentioned here, everything. Okay, but I didn't teach you that question number 4 right now. Okay, because then you will get confused a lot. Okay, we read it once you are going to read some pages of the Quran. Okay, then I will teach you this rule. So don't worry about question number 4 right now. Okay,
Okay.
the first point that you have to know, we always read Hamzatul Wasl with a Fatah sign on it. If it comes with Lama Tarif, you just need to know that first point only for now. Okay, that second and that third, leave leave it for them. Okay, for now leave them. Okay, do not focus on them. Just focus at the first point. We always read Hamzatul Wasl. That was your question. That how do we read it? So we always read Hamzatul Wasl with the Fatha sign on it. Okay. So
Okay.
Hamza Fatha A. And how do we read Lam Tarif? Lam Tarif is pronounced with the Sukun sign on that. Okay. It's mentioned here in the Lam Tarif section. Lam Tarif is pronounced with Sukun sign on it. Okay. It means that Lam Tarif connects with the previous letter. Do you get it?
Yes.
Okay. One more note here. That is very important to know for now. Okay, if Hamzatul Wasal is preceded by a mud letter, but I will recommend you that you leave this one too for now. Okay, why I'm asking you to leave them? Because learn step by step. Okay, if I will teach you everything today, it's going to be very hard then to remember, right? So be straight right now. You have to remember Hamza. What is Hamzatul Wasal? An alif with the small sod is called Hamzatul Wasal. And what is Lamat Tarif? Alam after Hamzatul Wasl is called Lam Tarif. Okay, this is
Okay.
one point. Sometimes we read them and sometimes we don't read them. When do we read Hamzatul Wasl? We read Hamzatul Wasl in the beginning and we do not read it in the middle. And when do we read Lam Tarif? We read Lam Tarif when the letter after Lam Tarif does not have the Shadda sign on it. If the letter after that has Shadda, then you don't read the Lam Tarif. Okay, and which sign we supposed to read on Hamzatul Wasl and Lamat Tarif? Hamzatul Wasl is pronounced with the Fatah sign and Lamat Tarif is pronounced with the Sukun sign. If you're still getting confused on this, na, you tell me tomorrow. I will write that down on the white paper, then you will understand, inshallah. Okay, so don't worry, I didn't write it today, okay? Because I I tried that you will understand the rule from here because in future when we are going to learn the tajweed, you have to understand the rules by the book. Okay, from the book I mean. Okay, so this is what I'm saying, that try to understand it. If you're still getting confused, you will tell me tomorrow, then inshallah I will explain that on the other way. Okay, do you get it?
Yes.
This is one thing that you have to note in the notebook. This is class number 20. Okay, Hamzatul Wasl and Lam at Tarif. This is one rule. Okay, there is no exercise of this rule for now. Okay, because I told you that we only practice it in the Quran because it's coming a lot in the Quran. Okay,
Okay.
the next thing we are going to start this tomorrow. Okay, that is easy. Can you see this?
Yes.
What is that saying? A small circle, meme, to, and jim. How many signs they are telling you? A small circle 1, meme 2, ta 3, and jim 4, right? There are 4 signs I'm telling you. What are they? Small circle. Let me show it to you in the Quran. See, this is all the Quranic rules now, okay? We nearly to start the Quran. That's why. Look at this. Do you see that circle?
Yes.
They are talking about this, okay? A small circle, okay? In this Quran, it is big, okay? But normally it is the small circle, okay?
Okay.
And if you're going to see it here, there are many, okay? This, that, and this. And on the next page, you see this, okay? With the different color, this. So this is small circle, this is small circle. And if you're going to notice there, do you see what? Do you see this small gym?
Yes. Yes.
You see that is small gym again, right? You see the small gym here too. So this
Yes.
kind of thing, okay, you will see the small thaw or small meme also, okay? So whenever you see this kind of signs, okay, like small gym, small meme, or small thaw, these are the stop signs. What are these called? These are the stop signs, okay? A small circle, meme, thaw, and gym. A small meme, okay? They are talking about a small meme. A small thaw and a small gym are the symbol to stop, okay? The number shown inside the circle is the number of the current verse or ayah. Verse mean sentence. Okay, ayah is the same thing, okay? Sentence, okay? It's kind of sentence. Do you understand it?
Yes.
Ayah mean or verse mean sentence, okay? Or stop number you can say, okay? What they are telling you, the number shown inside the circle, what they are talking about, the number shown. You see the numbers there, like 18. You see the numbers in the circle, right? So this
Yes.
number shows the number of the ayah or sentence. Like if I'm going to show you the first page here, look at this. It says 1. We will learn the Arabic number as well, okay, in future. But look at that. Is the circle here and the number inside it. Inside it, it's called the number of this ayah. Okay, so how many ayahs in Surah Al-Fatiha? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There are 7 ayah, right?
Yes.
So the number, this is a stop sign, and the number inside that sign, inside that circle is called the number of the ayah. Okay, see them in the Quran. I already showed that. There are 3 main rules to stop in Arabic words. Okay, there are 3 main rules to stop Arabic words. I will not teach you this rule today. Okay, we will discuss this rule tomorrow because I already teach you one rule today. Is Hamzatul Wasal and Lam Tarif, right? Just focus on it. On class number 20 about Hamzatul Wasal and Lam Tarif. You have to note this rule down, and your homework is that you're going to send me the rule. Do you get it?
Yes.
Before going, again I'm telling you what is Hamzatul Wasal? Alif with the small, oh sorry, an alif. My English is sometimes, an alif with the small short sign. It's called Hamzatul Wasal. Okay. And what is Lam Tarif? Alam after Hamzatul Wasal is called Lam at Tarif. Do you get it? What is Hamzatul Wasal? What is Lam at Tarif?
Yes.
This is brand new things for any student. Okay, this is what I'm telling you, and I'm focusing on that rule again. Okay, yesterday I teach you this, but today I need to tell you this again because I thought that you were confused little there. Okay, and it's not for you only. We didn't learn this thing before. No? First time you heard that name Hamzatul Wasal and Lam Tarif. Okay, so this is why it's confusing, but that's not that confusing. Just keep in mind the rule. An alif with the small short, is known as Hamzatul Wasl, and the lam after Hamzatul Wasl is called lam at-tarif. Okay. Once you know Hamzatul Wasl and lam at-tarif, then check the check that do you read Hamzatul Wasl here or not? How do you know that? Check the Hamzatul Wasl. If it's in the beginning, you fill in the blanks now. We read Hamzatul Wasl in the we read Hamzatul Wasl in the yes, fill in the blanks now. We read Hamzatul Wasl in the
In the beginning of the
you're right. We read Hamzatul Wasl in the beginning, okay? In the beginning of the word, okay? And we do not read Hamzatul Wasl in the
middle of the
very,
word.
very good, very good. In the middle of the word, okay? Or in the sentence, okay? The next thing is Lam at-Tarif. We read Lam at-Tarif
When
when the
the word,
letter after Lam at-Tarif,
can you say it again?
when we read Lam at-Tarif, I mean to ask you that, okay? We read Lam at-Tarif when
The letter before
the
doesn't have
letter after that, okay? Not before. We see the Lamat Tarif and letter after that. Okay, the next letter we have to check.
the letter after that has doesn't have a shadda.
Then we read Lamat Tarif. Okay, if the letter after that has Shadda like this one, then we don't read Lamat Tarif. Do you understand it?
Yes.
I'm going to send you this page. Okay, not for reading. If you want to read, you can spell it. Okay, it's up to you. But it's not homework from my side. But I'm sending you this page to make underline the Hamzatul Wasl and Lamat Tarif. Okay.
Okay.
And wherever we read Hamzatul Wasl, mark in the red, I mean in the green color. Okay, what I'm telling you. If you can, wherever we read Hamzatul Wasl, mark in green, and where we don't read it, mark in red. Do you get it?
Yes.
Same on the Lamat Tarif. Wherever you read the Lamat Tarif, make in green, and where we don't read, make in red. Do you understand that what you have to do with this page?
Yes.
Okay, two things. I send you the link. You have to go there, go on to the fourth section, and note the class number 20. Okay.
Okay.
After making the notes, you have to come on that page for practical. And as we are going to read this Hamzatul Wasl in the beginning, mark in green. Okay.
Okay.
And as we are reading this Lamat Tarif, mark in green. Okay. As we do not read this Hamzatul Wasl, mark in red. As we are reading this Lamat Tarif, so mark in green. You have to do same with the next verses and complete that page. Do you understand it, kiddo?
Yes.
No question in it, right?
No.
Seriously, you understand the rule today.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, you do this practical. Okay, then we will move on. The next three rules left. Okay, and after that, inshallah, we will start the Quran. Okay, only stop rule we have to learn. By the way, what is stop? This is a stop sign. Okay, we will learn about it tomorrow, inshallah. Okay,
Okay.
Allah Hafiz.
Alaikum salam.
Walaikum Assalam.